Hey boys and girls. Okay, today we are doing a top secret art project. So if mom's in the room with you, you gotta say, Mom, I can do this by myself. This is top secret. Don't watch because we're making something for mom for Mother's Day. So I'm going to send a little note to your parents to tell you all what you need. So you should have it all in front of you. But just in case you don't, these are the supplies that I have. So if you need to get these supplies, just press pause on the video and go and get it. So I have tape and glue, and I have a pencil and an eraser. I have a pair of scissors. I have a bin of crayons and pencil crayons, or if you want markers, I have a Sharpie just in case. I have a plain white piece of paper, and I have some construction paper, and then I also have some straws because you're going to need some straws for this one, but pipe cleaners would also work, or maybe popsicle sticks would also work. So we can be creative of what we're going to use for this. So if you need to get any of those things, just push pause on the video and go and get them and then come back and join us. And we're going to do it. I'm going to do it at the exact same time as you. And I've seen this idea, but I haven't made it before. So if there's a problem, we're going to just problem solve it together. So we are going to start. So what we're making, make sure mom's not listening now, this is top secret, is we're going to make a vase of flowers for her. So first, what you need to do is pick a color that you want to be your vase color to hold your flowers. So I think that my vase, oh, this is a hard choice. I think my vase is going to be purple. So I've got a purple paper. Okay, so pick out what color you want your vase to be. So as we go through this video, I'm going to do it at the same time as you're doing it. So as I'm doing it, you can follow along and do it with me. But if something's going a little fast or you need to try something over, just push pause on your computer and pause it and fix what you need, and then press play again and we'll keep on going, okay? So with my piece of paper, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this down now so that you guys can see, is I'm going to just cut lines down, but I'm not going to cut them all the way to the bottom. I'm going to leave a little bit of space, kind of like the size of my hand. I'm going to cut about that far down. So if you're not quite sure how far it is, you could even take a pencil and you could draw a line across. So that way you know where to stop cutting, okay? And then you're gonna cut your strips from the top to your line. So watch, I'm gonna just cut, cut. And now I don't want them too skinny. So if I start here, that would be too skinny. So I'm going to move it over. It's about the size of my finger. Look, I show you up close. It's about the size of my finger. So that's about how thick you want yours. So get your piece of paper and start your cutting and cut along with me. We're just going to cut down, and I'm going to stop at the line that I made on my paper. And I'm going to do another one. And they might not all be perfect, but they're going to work just great. I'm going to make sure I don't go too skinny because then I'm going to have a problem. I'm going to come out here and cut down to my line. And if I'm not sure, I can even put my finger on and think okay, I'm going to cut right about there and all the way down. This is awesome. Do you guys have any plans for Mother's Day at your house? We're gonna make this for moms that maybe you can either give it to her today or you could even hide it away. Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday of this week. And tomorrow I am going to make a video and read you guys a story and I'm going to help you make a card for your mom that you can do all the printing on and everything, and then give it to her as a nice surprise. Okay, I'm going to cut down here. Okay, there we go. So I've cut all the way across. See how it kind of looks like crazy hair now. Okay, so if you're still cutting, just push pause and then we'll keep going. So the next thing that we have to do is curl our paper. Now, you can curl it just by using your fingers, but I really like to use like a pencil or a pencil crayon. Doesn't really matter what you use. And watch how I do it. I'm going to put it down again so you can see. So I start up here and then I wrap it around, and then I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to curl it all the way down and then pull my pencil out. And then I'm going to do my next one like that. Now, if you don't want to use a pencil to do it, you can just use your fingers to do it too. Don't push too hard because you might fold the paper instead of rolling it. But look, it works just as well. You can do it that way or with a pencil. So it's up to you. I think I'm going to do a little bit of each because it makes them a little bit different. So I'm going to roll it like that. Maybe I'll do another one with a pencil, but they all have to roll in the same direction. So now on this one, I don't want to roll the other way now. I want them all rolling the same way. So I'm going to roll it all the way down. Maybe I'll take my pencil out and give it like a little squeeze so it stays nice. I think I'm going to do another one with my pencil. I'm going to roll it down. I'm going to take my pencil out. Whoops, it got a little stuck there. There, and I kind of like using my fingers too, so I'm going to roll it just like that. There we go, and another one. How's it going with yours? And see how some of mine are coming undone a little bit? That's okay. As long as they're like rolled down, it doesn't matter if they're like tight or if they start coming apart a little bit. That is totally okay. There we go. I have 3 left to do. How's it going with yours? Are you getting them down okay? And remember, you can always ask like a big brother or sister if you have that at home, or maybe even dad if you need some top secret help. Or maybe a grandma is helping babysit. Try your very, very best. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect because no artwork is actually perfect. And I have one more to do. Maybe I'll do my pencil for my last one. Put it on and roll it down. Okay, so now I have it all the way rolled. Now, what we're gonna do, here, I'll put this so you can see me again. So what we're gonna do is, this is gonna be our vase. So the next thing that we have to do is we have to glue this together so that it stays in a circle like this. So we're gonna take a little bit of glue, put it down so you guys can see. Oh, I can't get my glue lid off, guys. There we go. Okay. And I'm just gonna put just a little bit of glue at the bottom here. I'm gonna make sure I get enough that it's like nice and sticky on there. Okay. And then I'm gonna roll it around. See where my glue is? I'm just gonna carefully stick this side to it. There we go. And now I'm just gonna set this down for a minute because the next thing we need is you need to choose a second color to go on your vase. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a part that kind of goes around it so it brings it in so that it really looks like a vase, okay? I think for that one, I am going to choose, I was gonna choose yellow, but my package doesn't have any yellow. So I think I'll choose orange. There, just like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do with this orange, I actually don't need the whole piece of it. I'm just going to cut a strip all the way across this long way, not the tall way, but the long way, okay? And I'm going to cut it, I don't know, maybe about like 2 or 3 fingers thick, something like that. Okay, so watch, I'm going to put this down. There we go. And I can even draw a line across if I'm not quite sure of how far to do it. So I can go like this. And I could even draw myself a line across. And don't worry if it's not perfectly straight. Mine's not perfectly straight either. Okay, and I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut this strip. Now, I don't need to throw out the rest of this paper because I'm going to use it actually for the next part that I'm making. So I'm going to save my paper and here we go. So I've got my strip. So now this is what we're going to do next. This is probably the trickiest part, but I think that we can do it. So what we're going to do is we are going to use this and we're going to wrap it around like this so that it pulls it in a little bit. Whoa, see, I told you it was tricky. Mine tipped over. So we're going to kind of like squish those together. See how I'm squishing them together? But that's okay. I'm not wrecking them. And then I'm going to put this around it like this. So now what the trick is that I have to use some glue on there. So I just tested it out to see if it would work. So when I'm putting it around my friends, I want to cross it over pretty far so that it's a little bit smaller of a circle than the bottom part, okay? See how my orange part is smaller than my purple part? So I'm going to get my glue stick again. Hopefully I can open it a little bit better. Well, maybe not. This really is a tricky glue stick. And I'm going to put quite a bit of glue on there because I really need it to stay on. Okay, uh-oh, I got some on my drawing board. Okay, do you see how much glue I've got on here now? Okay, so now I'm going to just do my very best. I'm going to put this like this, and I am going to kind of squash it together, and I'm going to glue it on like this. There. Okay, did you see how I got it glued on there? And now it's not going to stay down exactly where it was, and that's perfect because we want our vase to look like this. So here we go. We have now made the vase. Now, see how one of mine kind of came uncurled a bit? If that happens to you, that's no big deal. Just curl it up again. Yep. And then I think this one maybe, this is kind of where it joins, so I have 2 there. So I'm going to curl this one up a little bit too because it doesn't quite look as curly as my other ones. There. Oh, and look at, there's another one that's not curled so well. I'm going to curl that one up a little bit better too. There we go. Okay, so here is my vase that I am going to put my awesome flowers in. So that is our first step done. Pretty cool, eh? Okay, now the next part that we're going to do is we are going to make flowers. So that is why you needed some straws or pipe cleaners or popsicle sticks, anything you could stick a flower on. Now I'm actually extra lucky. I just found these hiding in my kitchen 2 days ago when we made some lemonade. So I got pretty lucky that I actually had green straws to use, but any color straw will work for your stick. So I've got some straws. Now, all that we're gonna do to make the flowers is make circles, and then we're gonna make designs on them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with some white, I think. So I'm gonna put this down so that you can see, okay? And I'm gonna use my Sharpie just to make sure that you can see what I'm drawing here, okay? And I'm gonna make a circle, let's see, I think I'm gonna make this one this big. And then I think I might want one for like the middle of a flower, so I think I'll make a smaller one too. Now, are mine perfect circles? No, They're not. I just did my best. Now, maybe I want to add some designs onto them. So I can do that too after I put them together. Or I can even do it right now. Like this one is going to be the middle of a flower. So I think I'm going to put like a dot. And then I think it's going to have squiggly lines out. Like that. And I think mine's going to have like little dots at the end. Like that. And then this one, I'm going to add some other colors to it, like with my construction paper. So I'm going to add a circle in here, but I think around the edge, I'm going to add some swirls. Now we can do this after too, and I'll show you what I mean. You don't have to add it right now, and you don't have to copy what mine is. You can be creative with how you want to do it. So now guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut it out. So I'm going to cut out, and when I'm working on a big paper like this, you guys know what I like to do. I like to cut out just the part that I'm using so that I have a smaller paper to hold. That makes it so much easier for me. So I'm going to cut out my circle, and I'm not worried if it's exactly perfect because there's no two flowers that are exactly the same or perfect. All flowers are a little bit different from each other, and that's what actually makes them interesting. So I'm going to make mine interesting too. Okay, there's one cutout. And I just tried my very, very best to stay on my line. Remember to use this helping hand here when you're cutting. Make sure, remember we talked about we don't want this chicken wing out here when we're cutting. We want to tuck it in because that's our good kindergarten cutting. So we're going to cut around just like this. And there it is. So now this one's a little one. So I need to make a circle for it to go on. And what's my favorite color? It's red. I'm going to make a red flower. So look what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it on, and then I'm going to make a circle around it. So I'm going to glue it onto my paper. Do it like this. Oh my goodness, my friends, I got to stop putting that lid on the glue. I can never get it off. So I'm going to put some glue on. Okay. And I'm going to stick it away from the edge though, because I need some room to make my next circle around. And then I'm going to make another circle around it so I know where to cut out. So I'm going to go out here. I'm going to make another circle around like this. And I think this one is going to have a zigzag pattern. Like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut it out. So first, I'm just going to cut out around it a little bit so that I can get it off of my big paper, because then it is easier to cut. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to really carefully try my very best to stay on my black line, but I might go off of it a bit, and that's not a big deal. There, like that. Now, I could be done with this one, or I could decide maybe that I want to add another layer around the outside of it. So maybe I want to do that. I think, what if I added blue? What do you think about that? So I'm going to do the same thing that I just did. I'm going to first use my glue, and I'm going to glue it on. So use your glue. Whoops, I got like kind of a clump there. And I'm going to stick it on. And then I'm going to draw a circle around it so I know where I want to cut. Whoa, this is getting really big. I think this is about as big as we can go. And then I think on this one, I'm going to add swirls. and then I'm going to cut it out. So I'm going to cut the space out. And then I'm just going to cut it out like this, okay? So I'm going to cut all the way around. I hope you guys are doing so great with this. I bet your moms are going to be so surprised to get a whole vase full of flowers from you for Mother's Day, and a Mother's Day in this kind of like strange time when we're not really going to the stores that often to get stuff. Okay, so here's my first flower. Now, is it a perfect circle? Nope, it is not, but I think it looks awesome. So now I'm going to take my straw and I'm going to tape it to the back because this would be really hard to glue. I don't think I'd be able to even get it to stick with glue. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some tape and tape it on the back like this. And I don't want to put it too low down because it might get a little floppy then. I want it to like be pretty sturdy in there. And so I'm going to tape it on, and maybe I need one more piece up here. We'll see. Like that. And then I've got my flower. Okay, sorry, I pushed stop by accident on my camera. Okay, and then check it out. So I've got my vase and I've got my flower. Whoops, I'm a little uneven here. That's why it's not kind of working. And then I'm going to put it in my vase, just like that. How do you think? Now, it's kind of like not sitting all the way down in my vase, so I'm wondering if I should maybe tape it up a little bit. Should I fix it up so that it works? See, I told you I didn't make this before because I thought it'd be better if I made it right with you, and that way I know that if there's any problems. Now, mine are the bendy straws. I'm not really sure how this is going to work, my friends. Let's see. Okay, do you think it'll be strong enough if I just do it like that? I think it's actually okay. So now let's try it out. Ah, that's better. Now it sits in my vase a little bit nicer. See? So I have one, hold on, I'll hold it up here so that you can really see it. So now I have one flower in my vase. Now I'm going to make some more. So you can make as many of these flowers as you want to. I'll make another one with you though so that we can go through the steps one more time and decide what we're doing. So I have to decide what color I want in the middle of my flower. And do you know what I'm going to do this time? I think I'm going to do a pink middle of my flower. So I'm going to start with a smaller one like this. And I think the middle of this flower has polka dots in it. Now, I don't know what's in the middle of your flower. Maybe it's zigzags or squiggles or hearts, because that would be a super creative one. Okay, I think I like it now. So I'm going to cut it out of my paper. Just take my time and cut it out. There's my tiny little middle of my flower. So now I need to choose my next color that I want to put on it. I think this one though, I'm only going to make 2 colors. So let's see. I think maybe purple. So I'm going to stick it on with my glue. I got smarter. I didn't put the lid back on this time. Okay, I'm going to put it on here. And then I'm going to draw another line around, another circle, sorry, around. Like that. And then I think I'm going to add, this one's going to have, do you know what? I think I like that idea of hearts. I'm going to make hearts all the way around. So I'm just going to turn my paper as I go because I'm not really very good at making upside down hearts. But this is going to be a heart flower. Can you see it if I put it like that? Keep going around and making my hearts. I think I have room for one more. Now, if you want to color it in at any time, or if you're using plain white paper, this works just as well because you can color in the colors. You don't have to use construction paper. So I'm going to cut out the spot that I'm working on. There it is. And then I'm just going to carefully cut out my circle like this. There, what do we think? And now I'm going to tape on my straw. So I'm going to take my straw, and maybe I don't want all green stems. Maybe I want different colors, and that's okay too. I'm going to take a little piece of tape. I'm going to stick it on the back like this. Yep. And then I'm going to stick my tape on just like that. Push it down, and then I have another flower. So now my vase for Mother's Day has two, hold on, let me lower this down so you can see it, has two awesome flowers, but I don't think that looks like a whole bouquet yet. Do you? I think it's going to need some more flowers. So what if this time we do a white one and we color it in? So I'm going to start with a white paper and I'm going to make myself a little middle part. And I think my middle part is going to be stripes. Like that. And then I am going to color it in a few different colors. I think I am going to use this teal color. Like that. And I'm going to use, let's see, what else do I have in here? Oh, I've got a red. Like that. And I have, let's see, oh, I like this purple color. It's actually, it says magenta. Kind of like, ooh, it's kind of like a pinkish purple color. That's really pretty. There we go. And then I think for my last color, I'm gonna use, oh no, I actually already have teal. I don't want light blue. Let's see. How about yellow? So see, even if you don't have construction paper, you can make super colorful circles to go on. So now I'm gonna use scissors again. And I'm gonna cut it out. Just like this. And I'm gonna cut it out like this. There we go. There's my little circle. Kind of looks like an Easter egg, doesn't it? Okay, now what color have I not used yet? I haven't used green yet. How about I use some green like that? So I'm gonna put it here so you guys can see. So I'm gonna glue it on like this. And this time, I'm gonna get really fancy. I'm gonna draw a squiggly line around. Now, this is gonna be a little bit trickier to cut, so it might take me a little bit longer, but that's okay. I'm gonna cut it out. And then I'm just gonna really carefully go around on all my squiggles. And I'm just gonna remember to use my helping hand and move my paper around as I do it. Like that. Like that. Okay, so there we go. What do you think about that with the squiggly ones? You like the plain circle ones or the squiggly one? I think they're all kind of neat. And then I'm going to tape it on. But since I made this one with green paper, I'm not going to use a green stem. I think I'm going to give this one a red stem, just because. So look, I put my tape on the back and I taped it on. And there's my little one. So now look at how different they all are. Those are the 3 I've made. Now I still don't think 3 is a whole vase full. I think I got to keep working on this, but I think you guys have the idea now of how you can make these flowers and make designs on them and cut them out and put them in. So I'm going to show you one last time how it looks with our vase so you guys can have an idea. Ta-da! And there's our vase of flowers for Mother's Day. And of course, they're all going to turn whichever way they want to turn, but that's okay. But the more that you make and fill it up, the more that they'll probably kind of stay where you want. And if you have bendy straws like I do, I guess you could kind of bend them a little bit too. Totally up to you, okay? You can even be creative and you could draw some designs on your vase if you like, okay? And if you're finding that your flowers aren't sticking out enough, like maybe you want your vase to be shorter, maybe we could even cut like a little piece off of our vase and make it shorter. I'm not sure. That is up to you guys. So now you know how to make our top secret Mother's Day gift with some vase and some flowers. When you're all done, see if you guys can take a picture and send it to me so I can see and try your very best to keep it a secret from Mom. Now, today is Wednesday, so Mother's Day is until Sunday, so today's Wednesday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days till like the real Mother's Day. But you can decide what you want to do because it's your craft. So if you want to give it to Mom today, that's okay. Or tomorrow when we make our card, that's okay. You guys decide what you think is best. Okay? Good luck with your flowers and with your really cool vase. And I hope you have lots and lots of fun making this one. Okay, chat later. Bye.